Also, Fiora again. Taku can still pick the Fiora.
Yep, they can. I mean, Fiora, when it comes to 1v2s, 1v3, if you're confident enough, she's definitely one of those champions out there, and the riposte can literally save your life. Renekton has been banned out, as well as Illusion here. Now we're waiting on to... Okay, you predicted this. This is your the Dash Christmas buff. You predicted everything perfectly.
The Fiora. Oh man, they really picked up the Fiora. A Gwen could also be a good pick here, but inside of WRL Esports, Azaya. Right now in this game, Azaya could be very well a great pick just because there's a lot of melee champions that are incoming from the side of WRL Esports. But Cerberus, that last pick is for sure gonna be a Corki. The Corki was perfect a while ago. The Corki is gonna get picked again.
Yeah, you know what? Why fix what's not broken? Oh, a Mumu.
That's a bait. And I don't believe they're gonna pick the Amumu now. I mean,
I want them to, just for the memes, but nah.
Oh man. If it's yeah, there you go. That's better. Having the Xayah with his composition, that's very much a damage that you need. A very safe pick for their side. And Cerberus could just go for the same of what they did, but no, they're gonna go for a Dr. Mundo on one member. Y1 is gonna pick that Dr. Mundo. He's gonna flex his muscles on Weiba.
Okay.
Remember, Weiba is the first person who picked the Dr. Mundo on the jungle last time. But again, Y1 wants to show how it's done.
Yep, exactly. So I love it. All right, this is a way to end such an interesting series. I love that the team went all out, and as per usual, it's all gonna pan out on what will happen in the game. But I love it. The draft, the idea, the possible combos and plans of both teams. So to the viewers out there, if you love it, feel free to comment down your thoughts and who you think will win.
Yeah, there's a big chance that there's an easy win here or at least an easy win condition with that Sivir in the late game. So they could definitely wait for that for WRL Esports. If they can snag a win against WRL Esports in game 1 or rather game 2, there's a big possibility that they can do that for another game. So here, let's take a look at what's going to happen for game 3. I'm excited to see what Cerberus has in store for us.
I think if I'm gonna guess conservatively, okay? Cerberus has an interesting game for us, at the least, okay? I really want them to repeat what they did in game number 2 if they do want to win the series. But again, TE is such a formidable opponent, so we can never really be too sure. It's all gonna end when we see a Nexus that will fall. Let's see how things will happen in the final game of series number 2.
Yeah, Weiba playing around with a buy. Something that he actually does play. Glacial Augment used.
Alright, that's gonna be a lot of focus down onto 1. Yuri being very aggressive, but Genza is still pretty much safe, literally behind Dugby. Also in game number 2, Dugby performed really well. I think we just need to give him enough space and quite literally the capability to tank the damage. Let's see if he can do that again in game number 3. But now it's just Tak roaming around the bush. He is Nautilus, so he's pretty much very confident. Here in the mid lane though, Korn will be able to push BMM to stay under turret.
Yeah, let's set some expectations here for the junglers. Dr. Mundo, even though he's not a champion that you do expect to be in the jungle, he does have a decent wave clear. Look at how fast he's doing this together with how fast the Vi is doing the wave clear here on the jungle. They could go for a gank on the top side. The only problem that I have with Mundo is that they don't have enough CC. They have a slow, but that's not going to be enough for them. Yuri forced to flash the bot lane, so that could be an angle here for WRL Esports.
Exactly. Although Huiba is there, and it looks like, oh, sadly no, we're not going to be seeing a gank in the Dragon lane this early on, even though Saya does not have flash. That could have been a huge anything though. But instead, it looks like T is the one that's going to be jumping in, flash in there
nice
as well.
Shield.
Kiba has his eyes set on Genza, but Kiba will be taken down. That's going to be a lot of damage being taken, and just one punch. One adorable punch from Duck B, and they secured the victory. A lot of kills going over in their pocket.
Yeah, they didn't really need to do that. Remember, Weiba went in, spell shields on Genza, perfectly timed. And that's why they got double kill right there, dive under the tower. They're forcing too much here. Trace Esports, I'm surprised that they're forcing a lot of plays here in the bot lane.
Weiba again. Yeah, I think top will be a lot more easier to gank. That will be the passive being procced from Camille Taku. Okay, he's alive. So far, no successful ganks yet, but there will be a kill being secured by CES. Ooh, Cerberus, they have a good start here.
Oh no, was able to flash.
No. Yuri?
Oh
okay, he tried.
No!
She tried, but sadly, Y1 was a lot more tanky. Yeah,
oh, man.
Imagine being taken down by a briefcase, bro.
What's happening? Trace Esports is crumbling. Oh man, the top 3 team of the CN conference not having the advantage in the early game against Cerberus Esports.
Crazy, crazy. Let's see if things will look better for them as the game progresses. But, you know, CES looks like they're a lot more comfortable. BMM did some face checking there, but was not able to see anyone. And he was able to jump to safety. Not even 4 minutes in, it looks like Cerberus Esports, they had one of the best starts in game number 3.
Yeah. And for now, for Cerberus, already are in a great spot before the 5-minute mark though. And now they're going to be pushing back Weiba.
Duck B in the front line.
Is Weiba dead here? What is happening?
The answer simply is yes. A numbers game, and it's Vi. Lee Sao though, a little bit too late to the party. Was able to pop the honey fruit, but there's a lot of minions. It'll be the turret down most probably for TE, and Duck B just diving in, making sure Lisa will not be able to defend, and Genza just really focusing on the turret, and that will be the turret going over to CES. Lisa did try to focus down on Genza. Hexing ultimatum, there's gonna be Corn as well. Let's see if that will be enough. Genza takes too much damage, and with that, Duck B is the only one left. Weiba decides to join the party. A little bit too close for comfort. Was able to dash in on the turret. They don't care, but now looking at the Brian lane, Taku 1v2. No minion, so I think he gets to live another day.
Yep, and now 3C Sports, great rotations, was able to get to the top side of the map. Rift Herald is going to be taken. Y1's going to take a long time before they get that mountain drink because nobody's here to help them out. So there's a chance for Trace Esports to just go for that dragon after this Rift Herald take.
Going in with the objective play for TE while they wait for their win conditions to be available again. Now 4v1, Taku really needs to run away. You have to surrender that turret, but someone that will not surrender right now is actually Y1. Really in deep against Korn, but Kriba again decides to join into the mid lane. Korn will have to back away, but now Duck B had his eyes set on Lisa. There he goes. But with the hook shot, Lisa was A-okay. Never mind, they jump in. BMM has their eyes set on top now, but he is still okay. But a lot of things are going so well to Cerberus Esports. They even have a lot of chain CC. Genza, really unreachable at the back line.
Yep, really great for Tac to just be holding the line to whenever Cerberus Esports tries to get close. Now Trace Esports having the Rift Herald on their side. They haven't popped it just yet. They got a tower on the top side, which is great. They can really balloon the lead here, at least close down the gap that they have once the Rift Herald has been popped in the mid lane. So they're waiting for their chances, but the bot lane too has been taken down, so it's still equal for both sides.
Still pretty much equal, yeah. And that's probably why Cerberus is trying to consistently pick these fights. TE are the ones that's being surprised right now. And, okay. Wow, even the aggression. He really wants to catch Riba. But yeah, you also have Y1. Basically, it's a 3-champion hunting group, okay? They walk around the rift, see if there's any waves to clear or champions to kill, and then they pretty much set their minds on it. Yuri now getting over to the mid lane. That will be the exhaust connecting onto one Hex. Will be them again. That's gonna be the cease and desist as well, or with the ultimate. That's the on the ball. He's actually falling down. Now Cerberus Esports, they're in a little bit too deep. Thankfully, Y1 is a-okay, but they do suffer quite the casualty.
Yeah, no Rift Herald being thrown just yet, but now mid lane could potentially be pushed here by the squad. Trace Esports really get start for that fight a while ago. They really just went for Genza because they know that Genza is a threat, and once Genza is down, there's not much of a wave clear anymore in the lane.
They really took advantage of that opening, and Duck-B took quite the damage in the mid lane. That hurts. He was able to get it, but that still hurts. So it's back to the drawing board for TE here. At least they were able to get one skirmish victory. That's the green light. That's a good thing for them. But now Cerberus Esports, I think it's time for them to consistently try and pick these fights. I mean, the rotation for them is going so well. It just so happened that it was a fight that they did not want to pick. And I'm really amused with how Kuriba is just rotating, you know, looking for anyone that's misplaced into the rift.
Oh,
now that will be BMM jumping in, Shelly at the back line. That is their other champion. But Genza with damage. Wow, explosions coming in from TE as well, but Tak will be there to save Lee Sao. No casualties just yet, and they're just holding their ground.
Yep, and now Cerberus Esports still holding their ground in mid lane. Both squads aren't giving up and defending this mid lane turret because they don't want to give any advantage to the other squad. And we all know, once the mid lane turret falls down, that opens up a lot of possibilities, especially for the objectives.
Like winning, aside from victory and objectives, like what my co-caster said here. But now, speaking of looking for those openings, Duck-B just quietly hiding it out on the bush, was able to spot out Yuri. Will probably just try to push her back. I have to say, the colors are looking so well with that Saya skin, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy on the eyes. Anyway, back up top at the Baron lane, BMM was able to take quite the health bars out of Horn. He's forced to TP back, or at least go back home. Genza now, with that clean and quick minion wave clear. Tak gets spotted out. There will be a few books and briefcases thrown out by Y1. Nothing too different, and he's so tanky right now. But now Tak, he can withstand all of those damage, so he is a-okay. But now BMM decides to join the party again. It will be a possible 3v4 if Cerberus Esports does try to force this. Now BMM does jump in. Not enough damage, and I don't think it's enough, or it's not that worth it to burn all of your skills on the Tak.
Yeah, Dragon's available now. They can start this anytime they want. BMM still not level 13, but they can start this now.
Ooh. Dash in. Okay, they decide to put the drag a little bit too far. They'll be to jump in, but no full-on commitment. Just Hex, the ultimate being used onto BMM. He is alone. Some damage being taken. Orn with the ultimate as well. Cassidy gets taken down. Now that will be Duck-B with a jump in. Gets killed. Well, not the kill. Gets the target on the tag, and the dragon has been taken by Y1. Is this enough? Is this go time? That's a lot of champions jumping around here with the perfect pin. That's gonna be Duck-B again, getting 3 champions on his pocket, but it looks like Cerberus Esports with the damage.
Oh, what is he doing?
They have Yuri, but Saya, I don't think this is the fight they should be doing. But still, they're trying to live through it. Y1 with all of those tanks, with all of those lives. He is unstoppable. He does have these out, hook shot out, but still, it was a victory for Cerberus Esports, specifically Y1.
Yeah, they didn't have the damage that they need this fight though. It was a good start. BMM was taken down by this squad, but they were not able to really go through once the second phase of the fight went in. Taku was just a really scary champion here once the fight moved forward because they didn't know how to deal with the guy. But now, with Cerberus Esports just turning the fight around is when they lost one of their damage sources. Once Korn is out, Yuri can't really put the consistent DPS there.
Ooh, look at Duck B gets 3. Okay, at least the follow-up was there, and this is the... I think this was the part of the fight that stressed us out. Because look at how tanky and how long Y1 survived that one.
Oh man, it took a long time for them to... It's not going to be easy for them to take down Y1 once Yuri is out. So that's as expected from them. But because they lost that fight, they're losing more and more. 6.4k gold on the hands of Cerberus Esports, and they got some towers down. So this is going to be easier for them to even take the Baron if they need to. They have a Silver on their comp, so they can definitely start the Baron if they want.
I think they will. Okay, they have their eyes set on the objective. But of course, before you secure anything, you have to scout it out. So far, it's looking pretty good for Cerberus Esports, and just take off the wave first before you do anything. I like how proactive and how far Cerberus Esports is looking before they do anything risky. They do feel the presence of TE. Quiba gets spotted out by BMM. Quite the damage, honestly, the moment he jumped in. But TE, they don't really see much. They can't even... Never mind, they try to jump in, but Tak gets quite the damage. Tucky's there as well. Not gonna jump in and the alley-oop, but he is in a little bit too deep. He does become golden, but that's the orb popping in with the ultimate. A lot of space, a lot of damage being taken. Cerberus Esports, they are living, they are winning. Lisa, the only one left there, but looks like Takru as well as Duck B are the ones that will put
one more
Lisao 6 feet underground. There was a delay, but they still were able to get it done. On top of that, it looks like they'll be able to get Baron non-contested.
Yeah, and Y1 is just gonna take this for free. And from what we've seen there, a very scrappy fight from Trace Esports. Look at what happened during this fight now. Tak is already low in HP. They went in for the backline. They really just wanted to get the kill there, but they forgot about Yuri. Yuri didn't have any great chances of dealing damage and also flashed in. That was what I'm surprised of. Because of that, they don't have DPS anymore, and that just faltered, and that's how Cerberus Esports was able to take the win in that battle.
Look at that even. See, it was Cerberus Esports capitalizing on TE's mistakes and just quite literally running with it. And now they have these Baron buff minions making their way into TE's mid lane. Korn having a hard time clearing it out. Lisa was there as well, but Taku can just dash in and out whenever he wants to. We are almost 15 minutes into the final game of this series, and things are looking pretty interesting for Cerberus Esports.
Yeah, Cerberus Esports, what they need to do here is just to finish this game up, because the Genza is really bad. They have a Casa win at this point, so this is just gonna be an easy game. Trace Esports doesn't have any chances of winning this anymore. Their damage have already fallen off, and this is done.
D-O-N-E, done. They're just knocking onto their opponent's base. A few dash in from Korn here. Tactical sweep being popped by Lee Sao as well, but the only thing it can do is clear the wave for a few seconds, because now there's a fresh wave of minions. Cerberus Esports, they do decide to jump away and just secure the Infernal Drake. They will be able to take it down so quickly, non-contested even. And I guess it's now back to the drawing board. They can try and push to the mid lane, or they can just reset.
Yep. And for now, Trace Esports, they can do a 12k gold lead at 16 minutes. It's not something you see every time for a team like Trace Esports having a great spot in the tournament and losing against Cerberus Esports. That just gives way to what the PhD, or rather the APAC teams would be able to do. But also gives the fact that Trace Esports are kind of lagging behind, which is really surprising as a top team.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Do you think it's because of the draft or something they did wrong? And never mind, they're gonna try to take this one champion down, Ornn with the ultimate, and Kassadin does get bursted out. So it'll be a 4v5 if ever they try to push any more fights from this point onwards. Well, for a few seconds until Kassadin's back. But there's a lot of opening, a lot of leeway for TE to be able to make something happen.
Yep. And what do Trace do here? For the game, they have a late game champion. Corn could be the only answer that they have here for the team in order for them to work out. Baron's gonna be up in like 20 seconds, so that could be an angle that they could go for. But with how much wave clear Genza has, this is gonna be a very different game because it's not gonna be easy for Trace Esports to even wave clear.
Okay, I'm looking for any... Okay, I'd expect Cerberus Esports to do something, like at least suddenly, I don't know, Y1 catching Cord or Y1 suddenly catching Yuri. But honestly, at this point of the match, TE needs to go with these high risk, high reward kinds of plays. But I don't think there's an opening for them. Because see, it's Y1 and Duck-B really manning and closing the entry point as they themselves secure the next objective. Duck-B takes quite the damage.
Oh,
no. Elder Jake now available, but I don't think Cerberus Esports will. Yeah, they can't because TE is lurking in the area.
Yeah, waves are pushing. They don't need to really risk this on a 50-50. So Cerberus Esports has a lot of chances, or else has a lot of time to be able to take this Elder Drake. But no vision on that Elder Drake pit. That Meteor Enchant gives him an idea, but now they need to think about the mid lane.
They do. They do. It's a lot of waves and power walking through the mid lane. Thankfully, Fiora is there to, you know, take a little bit of damage. Now it could be Ornn with the ultimate again. That will be the knock connecting on the two, Tak and Yuri, but Yuri was able to pin down Duck-B. Now at the back line, Huiba does become golden, but he still gets bursted down. The safe play coming in, and the back door as well. It looks like Taku will bring Cerberus Esports to victory with a 2-1.